Okay, well, no Christmas would be complete without having some delicious eggnog. Hi, welcome to Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. My name is Doug, and we're going to make some delicious eggnog today, and I hope you stay tuned. Okay, so what are you going to need for a delicious eggnog? You're going to need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 cup of whole milk. You're going to need 2 eggs and an egg separator. You're also going to need a 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar and a mixer. Very important. Here comes the good stuff. We got Captain Morgan spiced rum. We have brandy. And we have some bourbon. Now, for this recipe calls for about 1/2 cup of alcohol. So what I decided to do is I'm going to use 1/4 cup of the brandy because I want that to be the more dominant flavor. And then the other 1/4 is going to be a combination of these two, the rum and the bourbon. So mainly brandy, but then rum and bourbon also. And you're going to need a couple of whisks, a saucepan, and for garnish, we're going to garnish it with some ground cinnamon and ground nutmeg. Also, before I forget, we are going to put 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract in it too. Don't forget that. All right, I think that is it. Let's start making our delicious eggnog. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crack my egg. And I'm going to let the, we're going to separate the egg, put the egg whites in this bowl, and then we're going to transfer the egg yolk to this bowl. Let me do this one. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Now we're going to get the sugar, and then we're going to whisk. We're whisking our sugar and our egg yolks. Really nice and creamy. In a saucepan, I'm going to add my cream and my whole milk. And we do not want to boil this. We just want to get it hot enough so it's a little steamy. So we're going to heat this up nicely. And keep stirring. How will you know it's done? When you start to see it steam a little bit, but like I said, don't boil it. You just want it hot. Let's check on our cream and milk. Yep. I could start seeing it steaming a little bit. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay, I think this is good. I can see the steam. Let me give it a little taste. Yeah, it's pretty much done. Okay, so you can see that steam. I'm going to remove it from the heat now. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly add it to our egg mixture. Okay, I love this saucepan because it has a pouring spout. So we're going to just stir. And before I do that, I'm going to put a towel underneath it because I could see my bowl is starting to move. So I'm going to do this. And we're going to start to pour. And do just a little bit at a time. Keep stirring it. We're not making scrambled eggs. We just want to combine. There we go. Look at that. Excellent. Now I'm going to put the whole thing back in the saucepan, and we're just going to heat this up till it reaches about 160 degrees. Remember, we don't want to boil it. We don't. Okay, so I have it over a low flame. I'm just going to keep stirring it. It's going to thicken up a little bit. So I got my thermometer attached, and right now we're around 100, getting close to 120. And this portion is good for 2 people, about 2 cups each or so. So of course, if you're making it for more people, just double the recipe or triple the recipe. Okay, so the temperature is right almost at 160. It has just a little bit more to go. And so this takes for me maybe about 5 minutes or so for it to get there. So try your best to get a thermometer, because that's a kitchen tool and it is done. So we want to remove it from the flame. Look at that, nice, and it's thick but not too thick. Okay, this is exactly the consistency that you want it. Look at that. All right, let's add it back to our bowl. Okay, now we're going to add all the yummy stuff. So I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Give that a nice stir in there. And then we're going to start. We're going to start with the brandy. And I'm doing a 1/4 cup of brandy. And then we're going to do 1/8 of the rum. And 1/8 of the bourbon. I got to get more bourbon. And we're just going to stir that, mix it together. And we're going to, it smells so good. Oh my gosh, you should smell it. And then we're going to add it to here. And we have to put this in the refrigerator and let it cool completely. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it cool completely. Now, while the eggnog is cooling in the refrigerator, I have my egg whites here, and I'm adding probably about a teaspoon of sugar to it, and I want to beat these up until it's light and fluffy. Okay, so that is done, and you can see how they're like soft peaks. So what this is going to do is we're going to fold this into the eggnog, and it's going to make it a little lighter inside, but we are still going to add a little whipped cream on top for that extra creaminess. All right, so now we just got to beat up some heavy whipping cream with a little bit of sugar too, and that's going to be our very topping, and then of course the garnish with the cinnamon and the nutmeg. Yum. Okay, so we're back. So I'm going to use a half a cup of heavy whipping cream. And probably about a teaspoon of sugar because it helps the medicine go down. And I'm just going to beat that up. Okay, so our whipped cream is done. And now comes the good stuff. All right. So I have my eggnog and it's been in the refrigerator. And it is so nice and creamy. And I already took a taste and it's so good. So I have this really pretty serving bowl here. Now, like I said, this is just for me and Yvonne. So this is good for 2 people. In fact, the serving bowl is probably a little too big for the amount I made, but it's the only one I have right now. And don't forget, if you're making it for 4 people, or just double the recipe. If you're making it for more than 4, then you can triple the recipe. All right, now I have my egg whites. And all I'm going to do with my egg whites is just kind of like fold it in. Just like that. And I'm not using all of it. I'm just using some of it. Just going to help it make it nice and light. Just going to add the whipped cream on top. And then we're going to garnish it with a little nutmeg. This is ground. You can use fresh nutmeg. I just have the ground in the house. And also a little cinnamon. And look how beautiful that looks. Doesn't that look so good? I can't wait to taste it. I'm gonna scoop a nice amount, put it in my little mug here. Maybe a little extra cream at the top. And just give it another little sprinkle of the nutmeg. Tiny bit. Looks so good. And now for a taste test. Oh, that's yummy. Oh my gosh. The flavors go so well. It's creamy, it's delicious, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today on Happy Healthy Living with Yvonne Douglas. Remember, if you want that homey vibe, you need to subscribe and please give this video a like. Until next time, my friends, Merry Christmas and Happy Healthy Living.